Alright, Sherlock. It's not good to go around thinking you know everybody when you don't know yourself. How is it you could know anybody but that, with that you are, if you don't know that fully in its likeness? You couldn't possibly know the world around it any better than that now. So don't be foolish to run aloof with these thoughts. What I'm saying is, you are you. So how the fuck do you know anybody else just like that? You don't. You know you alone, and you don't know that very well. Looks like everybody is learning about that now. At their own level. At their own pace. If you're gonna take credit for that, you should slap your own face one way, go ahead and slap it the other way, and say, God, I'm glad that I woke up. Thanks. I really appreciate me hanging on long enough to hear this message. It's growing minds, and young minds are tough. However, if you make tough stupid, stupid can be ugly, and it has been for a long time. I don't appreciate that. With us, for us, by us, and having been part of that this long, I'm ready to see that change so our youth can pick itself up, dust itself off, take credit, ownership of itself, stop trying to take the ability to choose and pretending that what you've chosen somehow isn't involved with that. That is easy. 1 + 1 = 2. The best part is it has nothing to do with you and your ability to be. Your ability to be means slow down, stop choosing, and just be. You don't have to choose to do that. So it's the easiest part of this lesson. That's you, learning about you, from people like myself who remember, I'm not you, I am myself. That's all I could ever be. So I won't claim to be you, but since in your likeness I think, therefore I am. So it is. This is us today. Having a conversation about humans from a human position, which roughly, lightly translates to just that, the light in some way. So if you know that fully, then there would be no question about what's happening outside of you. You would not be stressed by it. You wouldn't go out hurting it for any reason. There'd be none of that. If more of us did that, we'd see that utopia coming to life again. The light coming back on in this quote-unquote proverbial darkness you have today of the self, which means look into it and be with it and appreciate the subtle, beautiful changes that we're making. Every day remembering breathing didn't require you to move. It doesn't require you to communicate. It doesn't require you to do any of that. It's a beautiful thing to let go of requirements, to not choose because you may, and that is literally what it means to have a responsibility. Your ability to respond had nothing to do with your obligations. You're obligated to nothing. If you were, I wouldn't know. Even though that is something today, I prefer it to know that doesn't bother me at all. It shouldn't bother you. If it does, well, then stop making ideas bigger than you are. Any of those realities could be shattered because they allowed an outside influence in the material world to give them that position of power. But us, me personally, not in a position of power. At that level, I'm in a position of power to understand it. At that level, to be where I landed at my level now. In a position of power, I don't need anything from the outside in. When I am in absolute,